So let's proceed to our topic, which is the digital technology. So every area of our life is being influenced by the technology, which is still developing at a breakneck rate. So, ang digital technology is influence other area. Yes, because every area of our life is being influenced by the technology, which is still developing So, ang technology ay lahat ng tinitirahan natin dito or every community have influenced by the technology, and nakakatulong ito includes communicate, work, learn, and even make decisions. So there is pressing need to think about the ethical impacts of technical breakthrough as a result of this unparalleled effect. So ethics in technologies examines the moral conundrums and societal effects growth about the technological advancement and application. So ethics technology ay ini-examine ang moral conundrums, like ito yung performance or movements ng tao. In that case, nakaka-improve ito ng self decisions ng isang tao, and maaapektuhan niya ang societal na nagdadala din ito ng applications sa ibang tao. So, it poses important queries on accountability, equity, privacy, and possible fallout from the innovations. So, lahat ng informations natin ay natatago natin through technology, like yung mga privacy, yung lahat ng gusto mong itago ay pwede mong maitago through technology. So, setting ethical standards that guarantee technology benefits us fairly and constructively becomes a crucial as we traverse concern like data privacy, automations, AI, and digital inclusions.
We are talking about ethics in digital technology. Let us tackle some ethical issues in digital technology. So, starting off with ChatGPT. Does it ring a bell? Well, I know and I am pretty sure that most of us are very much familiar with this technology, or I must say artificial intelligence. Especially that most of us are so-called product of the online classes and modular classes during the COVID-19 pandemic. So, if we could remember, during the COVID-19 pandemic, we aren't able to go out freely. There are so many restrictions due to health risk. Now, one of the initiatives of our government to continue learning without health risk is through this online and modular classes. Now, for us to be fair, yes, it actually really helped in offering us this uninterrupted learning. But then again, it also faced a lot of criticisms and faced various concerns, especially when it comes to number one, on its effectiveness, number two, and its ethical implication. Now, let me give you a context on where our these criticisms are coming from. Let me share you my own experience on this. So, pag-usapan natin itong dalawang aspekto na ito. Mauna tayo in terms of effectiveness. So, this kind of learning environment, its effectiveness is being questioned. Firstly, because it lacks engagement sa mga students. So, ano nga ba yung nangyayari? During modular classes, ang nangyayari, student kukuha ng module sa Monday, mahahanap yung module pag Friday, at ibakas na. So, first engagement. Second one is that it also lacks proper guidance from the teachers. So, ano nga ba yung nangyayari dito? Supposedly, teachers have to teach, right? To instruct the students. But then again, ang nangyayari kasi during the module, everything is written down in the module itself. So, mind you, not every student is reading the module. As I have said, nahanap lang yung module pag Friday at ipapas na. Speaking from experience. Now, moving forward, pag-usapan naman natin yung ethical implication nito. Now, as I have said earlier, most of the students, if not all, hindi yan talaga sila nagbabasa ng mga modules nila. So, ang tendency, ang nangyayari is that is either mag-chat yan sila sa mga kaklase nila at manghihingi ng answer, or number two, i-google at i-search ito sa internet. And there are actually various websites, various application na nagagamit for this. And minsan pa nga, there are already scanners for math equation that in an instant is nasasagot na yung mga math equations na yon, partida de la formula na yon. So, that is why this kind of learning environment is actually being criticized for these reasons. Number one, it actually fosters culture of cheating and dishonesty. Second one, it causes too much and excessive reliance on technology. So dito na tayo nagkakaroon ng problema. Modules are supposedly for assessment. It is supposedly used to assess, to test how much knowledge or how much information have been retained by the students. But sadly, because of this cheating, it actually undermines the very definition of assessment. And it actually compromises the quality of education and diminished personal accountability. In which, because of this, is nawawalan ng opportunity yung mga bata for academic and ethical development. Now, we have to understand that technology are supposedly for assistance, for convenience. But then, ang nangyayari is, nagkakaroon na tayo ng problema when it comes to the use of it. Because of too much reliance on technology, ang nangyayari, ang nakompromise is yung academic and ethical development natin. In some cases, there are people who are having a hard time in making just a simple essay. Ang nangyayari, ang lahat is inaasa na lang sa ChatGPT. So dito na tayo nagkakaroon ng problema because of the misuse of technology. So the problem here actually is how do we use technology effectively? How do we integrate technology in a way that it enhances learning experience while promoting integrity and independent thought? Now, let us try to explore this through the lens of some ethical frameworks. Starting off with utilitarianism. So as we have learned already, utilitarianism suggests that one must pursue pleasure and avoid pain. But even though this is the case, according to John Stuart Mill's utilitarianism, one must also take consideration of the quality of the pleasure or happiness he is actually pursuing. So according to this, there are two kinds of happiness. We have lower and higher. Lower for sensual and higher for mental and aesthetics. According to this, one must pursue and one must prioritize the higher kind of pleasure. If we were to apply this in this situation, ang nangyayari is nakakompromise natin yung higher pleasure. Because of cheating and too much reliance on technology, ang nangyayari is we are already sacrificing the opportunity to learn and develop our mental capacity. It also compromises our opportunity for intellectual growth. Therefore, this kind of excessive misuse of technology is unethical. If we were to look at this naman in terms of Kant's first categorical imperative, it highlights the importance of determining whether there will be a contradiction that will emerge in the maxim of your act during the process of universability method. So, if there will be a contradiction, then it will be unethical. Now, let us go back to what I have said earlier. As I have said, this module are supposed to be for assessment. Now, because of cheating and there's too much reliance on technology, ang nangyayari is it contradicts the very essence of assessment. So there is contradiction, therefore it is unethical. Now, if we were to explore this naman in terms of virtue ethics, so the very question here is, what character are you going to develop if you were to pursue this palagi? Like yung act of cheating, act of using ChatGPT, excessive reliance on technology. Now, if we were to look at this, most of the characters that we are going to develop are actually negative. Therefore, if it is negative characters, then it is unethical.
Sa panahon ngayon na kahit sino ay pwedeng maging content creator, mas lumabo ang linya sa pagitan ng professional na journalist at ordinary netizen. Para bang lahat ay may boses at may audience. Pero ang tanong, may pananagutan din ba ang bawat boses na yan? O basta na lang tayo mag-post, share at react? So let's talk about kung paano nagbago ang papel ng mga journalist at kung paano anong responsibilidad meron tayong lahat sa mundo ng digital media. Traditionally, journalists undergo rigorous training guided by strict ethical standards to ensure truthfulness, reliability, and accountability in every piece of news they deliver. Ang layunin nila ay hindi lang basta magbalita, kundi maghatid ng tamang impormasyon na may pananagutan. May mga editor na nagsisiguro ng accuracy at may proseso bago may publish ang balita. Ngunit dahil sa social media, naging mas madali para sa kahit sino ang gumawa at magpakalat ng content. Madalas wala nang dumadaan sa quality control. And this has reduced the gatekeeping role of journalists, making it harder to distinguish between credible reporting and opinion based on misleading content. Social media undeniably offers many benefits. Nakakapagbigay ito ng boses sa mga sektor ng lipunan na matagal nang hindi napapakinggan. It empowers the underrepresented and allows for real-time sharing of events, especially during time of crisis. Pero kasama ng bilis ng informasyon, ang panganib ng misinformation. Without editorial oversight, false information spreads easily and sometimes more widely than the truth. A perfect example of this is the COVID-19 pandemic, where fake news like miracle cures and conspiracy theories led to dangerous behaviors and widespread mistrust in scientific advice. Ito ang dahilan kung bakit dapat ay mas malalim na discussion tungkol sa digital responsibility. Hindi sapat ang mga platform lang ang kumikilos para labanan ang maling informasyon. Kahit may mga fact-checker at warning labels, limitado ang epekto kung hindi natin binabago ang ugali ng mismong users. Kailangan ng collective effort mula sa platform developers, content creators, educators, at higit sa lahat tayong mga gumagamit. Dapat tayong matutong suriin ng content, alamin ang source, at intindihin ang epekto ng bawat share natin. Ultimately, sa panahon ng everyone can be a broadcaster, we must also remind ourselves not everyone is trained to tell the truth. And if you want truth to survive in the digital era, it's not just about having a voice, it's about using it wisely. Now let's talk about the ethical standards in misinformation and manipulation. So we can analyze the issue through prominent ethical frameworks such as utilitarianism, Kantian ethics, and virtue ethics. Let's apply the utilitarianism. Sabi ng utilitarianism, ang tama ay kung ano ang nagdudulot ng greatest good for greatest number of people. So bago tayo mag-share ng isang post, tanungin muna natin ano ang magiging consequences nito. Halimbawa, kung magpo-post ako ng isang article tungkol sa isang conspiracy theory, kahit alam kong hindi ako sigurado kung totoo, dahil lang gusto ko mag-ingay online, baka may maniwala at malapit sa peligro. Maaaring mawalan ng tiwala sa tamang impormasyon o mas malala, hindi na magpabakuna. So in this case, the harm outweighs the good, and therefore, unethical ito sa utilitarianism. The second one is the Kantian ethics. Sa approach na ito, hindi lang resulta ang mahalaga kung hindi ang intention at motive ng act. Sabi ni Kant, act only according to the maxim whereby you can at the same time will that it should become a universal law. Isipin natin, okay lang ba na ang lahat ng tao ay mag-share ng misleading info online? Syempre hindi, dahil kung lahat ay gagawa nito, mawawala ang tiwala ng mga tao sa lahat ng impormasyon. That's a logical contradiction, and that means it fails the universality test. Bukod pa dyan, may pangalawang prinsipyo si Kant, respectful person. Huwag mong gamitin ang ibang tao bilang means to an end. Kung nagkakalat ka ng maling balita para lang dumami ang likes mo, followers o attention, ginagamit mo ang ibang tao. Hindi mo sila iginagalang bilang mga tao may sariling pag-iisip. So again, that's unethical under Kantian ethics. Pangatlo ay ang virtue ethics. Sabi ni Aristotle, ang morality ay hindi lang tungkol sa actions kundi sa character. Kailangan nating i-develop ang virtues tulad ng honesty, prudence, and integrity. Kung habit natin ang pag-share ng information na hindi tinitingnan ang source, we're cultivating the vice of carelessness or irresponsibility. Pero kung sanay tayong mag-fact check muna, mag-isip kung paano maaapektuhan ang ibang tao at maging mapanuri, we're developing a moral habit. That kind of character builds a more trustworthy digital world. In conclusion, kahit simpleng share lang ang tingin natin, malalim ang moral implications nito.
So, in the conclusions, many people tend to verify technology, blaming it for various problems we face today. However, it's important to remember that technology itself is neutral. Neutral lacks inherent moral value. Instead, it exposes fundamental truths about our nature. And sinabi din ni philosopher Martin Heidegger captured this idea well. Technology comes to presence in the realm where revealing and unconcealment take place, where truth happens. So gaya nga ng sabi niya, ang technology ay mapupunta sa presence into reality kung nagbibigay ito ng revealing sa mga tao or truth happens. And rather than being just a tool, yung technology serve as a means of revelations, uncovering truths about the world and of ourselves. So it is our responsibility to examine and improve our own character, ensuring that technology highlights our positive qualities and moral values.